So, thriving on data. Now, it's not exactly an epiphany to companies nowadays that data is the lifeline, the fuel of their current business and certainly also of their future digital business. And still, in the 12 years that we already identified this whole container of thriving on data trends, there's definitely something different going on right now. First of all, companies very much realize that they need to value their data, understand the value of their data assets and being able to manage it as a very important corporate asset. But they also need to realize where to get that data from. It's no longer just internal sources that they need to be aware of and manage. They also need to be aware of the external sources of data, get industry best practice data, for example, but also realize that it's not just a matter of building a big warehouse full of data, but actually sometimes get that data in a very smart way. Actually talk about small data instead of big data. And also realize that there are different ways to get that data. For example, in terms of generated synthetic data rather than collected data. So a lot going on in that area. Obviously, data needs to be good nowadays and better than it ever has been because we rely so much on the quality, but also on the ethical and privacy sides of data. So it needs to be good. And thirdly, data is in many different places and the organization needs to be as close as possible to the business rather than simply somewhere central. So a federated data management approach is almost a default now for any company that has a bit of a complexity. Now, once you have that grip on that data, federated, distributed, it's good. You have it from the right sources, it's valued as an asset, then it's a matter of unleashing the next generation of algorithms, particularly as they are brought to us by AI. So for example, deep learning and reinforcement learning to get insights, to be predictive, to even be prescriptive, to be even autonomous on top of data because of these new advances in algorithms and data science. So that's a very, new raw power that is waiting to be unleashed. And having done all of that, maybe arguably the most important thing is to make the power of data available to anybody in the organization. No longer just to central IT or the data department, but actually everybody in business becoming just a tiny little bit of a data scientist, becoming a little bit of a data engineer. And there are very powerful tools nowadays available to augment even people that are not a data scientist or a data engineer to actually create very useful insights on top of data in a simple but very powerful way. So despite the fact that thriving on data is a very well established container and we've been talking about it for more than 12 years, I think it's very clear that there are new challenges and also very new opportunities around data as we speak.